I like how you remind us all that we need to put our phone on silence. It's funny how you try to do that, just like talking to yourself to remind yourself to do it, just to remind us to do it too.
I'm not reminding myself in particular as much as I am somebody that has two phones.
I got
Should we be
three.
vertical?
I resemble that remark.
We're vertical on YouTube, just so you know.
Yeah, should we be vertical on YouTube?
There's two different YouTubes.
There's two different YouTubes.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm on the horizontal one right now.
This is confusing.
I'm on the vertical one.
Yeah, it shows it as two different ones. It gets
All right,
pretty
we'll figure
wild.
It does.
Yeah.
Freaky Friday.
Okay,
You're
so
now live.
Only on Sunday.
that's bad.
Oh my god. We're gonna get through it? We're gonna get
I
through
did it. I did it.
You got a belly button.
Yay!
All right. What are we doing?
I think a podcast or something.
Podcast.
Are you sure?
You ready to go? I don't know. I don't even know.
So
I've got cabin fever. Cabin fever.
Cabin fever.
What did I say?
Guess it's better than cat scratch fever.
All right, y'all ready, boys?
What?
You done?
Hit the button.
It wasn't you. Who's
Well,
got
the
the
first one
finger
was
on the
me.
trigger?
I don't know who the second one was. I heard he has a
What do you
beautiful beard.
think? It's a little kid drinking Coke over there.
No, the first one was me.
Let's start this thing. Come on.
All right,
Still good.
y'all ready? Here we go.
Joey, you're muted. Sound great though.
Who
Nailed it.
muted me? What? Oh, it's going to be one of those. Welcome to Creative Makers Podcast, episode 125. I'm Joey with Steel Blade Woodworks, joined by our host, Matt with Wacky Works, BJ with Byram's Custom Woodworks, Mustachio with the Wooden Mustache, and joining us today, special guest Steve from Steve I Designs, aka Mr. Link in the Bio. What's going on? Boy, we made it through that.
Yeah.
That was rough.
Yeah.
Who muted? Who muted? me?
Nobody.
Oh.
There's a delay on the unmute sometimes when you play media.
Oh, but I
Just
had to
for
go in there
Joey.
and just for me. I had to go take that thing off, and that's crazy. Anyhow, what's going on?
Your head.
Everybody
Not a
cooled
whole
off. Everybody cold. Everybody get
Yep.
that wet
Nice and
in there?
cold. My freaking mini split went out again, so I have no heat in my shop. So yeah, I'm nice and cold.
Rub your hands together.
That's pretty much what I did.
Went out
We
again. Sounds like
Yeah,
this is
know
the
by
second
now.
time, third time. What?
Second time in 2 years.
Once,
Yeah,
twice.
so
It's chilly.
3 times a lady.
little chilly. What did you do the first time? Did you glue yourself up there or do something? Didn't you?
No,
Something
he took it completely apart. And so
no. That was just when the drain clogged. The first time, the line set going into the coil outside, the compressor outside, had loosened itself up and leaked. This time, it looks like the actual evaporator coil inside has sprung a leak.
Oh,
So yeah, I just need to get my HVAC guy here to run
leak test.
the leak test and see where it's at. And
Yep.
yeah, I turned on the heat this morning to see what to do, and
Did nothing.
I got my little infrared thermometer out, and it said it was blowing 45 degrees.
Nice.
So
It's warmer
like,
than
well,
freezing.
Warmer than freezing, yeah.
Yeah.
But it I'd say it got cold. It got down to 60 in the shop.
Give the people what they want.
A quick meow. Meow. There.
I was wondering who was going to actually do it or if somebody was going to play the meme.
Oh, I saw Matt reaching for it.
Again, that was all BJ. I know, and he did a great job, BJ. Great job finding it.
Allegedly. Oh, yes.
No, we don't have that. We don't have that one.
What's going on? Anything new? And y'all get any good little goodies? Or, we probably, I don't know. Hell, we've already screwed this one up, so we're already off track.
It's not like it's our first one or anything.
I mean, yeah.
He doesn't realize he's muted. He's over there talking, and he don't realize he's muted.
Yeah, I was sitting there.
Dude, I don't know what's going on.
Are we playing this mute game today?
No, I didn't do it. It's just doing it. I don't know. Something's going crazy with StreamYard, I guess. I don't know.
Okay.
Who knows?
Okay.
I think it's the quiet guy up there in the corner for me, his mustache. I think he's the one messing with us.
I think so too.
No,
Anyhow, let's get going.
So
That's who I'm blaming anyway.
This guy I don't know what the deal is with him. He just, now he wants a bark. Do we have a bark?
No, we don't have a bark.
you don't have a bark.
No. Sorry. We will, though, after tonight. I guarantee you somebody's going to find it and put it in there. Rough.
So you ever all right.
Or is it roof?
Roof.
I don't know who let the dogs out.
As if the dog's sliding down the roof. That's really rough.
Okay. Go, dude, because they're not going to stop.
Too much.
You ever look at a broken piece of furniture and think, ah, yes, entropy. Well, great news, Star Traveler. You can now defy the natural decay of the universe with Boss Dog Wood Glue. Boss Dog isn't just strong, it's cosmically strong. This glue bonds wood with the same determination the universe uses to hold galaxies together with gravity. I used Boss Dog on a cracked chair, and for a moment, just a moment, I swear I heard the fabric of space-time whisper, nice. Boss Dog Wood Glue not only dries clear, which is ironic because nothing else in this vast and different cosmos ever does. And it sets fast, too. How fast, you might ask? Faster than light. We'll enter this, not really. It's CA glue does. Well, the lawyers told me not to say that, but between you and me, maybe. I once dropped a glob of Boss Dog on my workbench, and it formed a tiny swirling nebula. A small voice emerged from the center and said, "More wood, please." So yeah, this glue is powerful. Fixing a cabinet, Boss Dog. Repairing a table, Boss Dog. Closing a wormhole that opened in your garage, listen, I can't recommend that, but I can't stop you either. So if you're ready to defy entropy and repair your earthly furniture and possibly commune with adhesive-based cosmic entities, grab yourself a bottle of Boss Dog Wood Glue. Boss Dog Glue, sit, stay, stick, across the stars and probably between dimensions.
That's right. You should go out and get yourself some Boss Dog right meow.
Right meow.
Right now.
Remember, use our code CMP10 at checkout to save 10%.
That stuff is not rough.
Meow.
Hey, that one wasn't as good as last week's. I like last week's better.
You're getting that
ChatGPT,
it's getting out of hand.
it went a little out
hand.
there.
Mhm. I wonder why you had to tell it what to write. You went a little out there.
I just told it to go a little more cosmic. We're gonna go back the other direction next time.
It definitely
it went out there.
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen a nebula in my shop, but I'll look for it. I'll definitely look for it next time.
I'm pretty. You mean you have it not on those Friday nights?
No.
Okay.
It could be
Right
there.
next to the
It could be
borax.
there. Yeah.
Borax and epoxy mixed together,
Between the borax and the table saw.
Yeah, possibly.
or the wedding
I'll
gift
look for
under
it.
the table.
I'll look for it.
Hey, Joey.
Yes. Go ahead.
The people want to know.
What's in the box?
What's glue with you? What you got going on this week?
Not a whole lot. Not in my place of sanity this week. Hopefully, first part of this coming week, I'll be back into the shop. But been trying to get up on some of those Black Friday deals, so I did pick up a few things for the shop that are in boxes. Go figure. And I'll probably stay that way. But I was gone all week out of town for the holidays, and hope to be back early part of this coming week. So not a whole lot going on. We did do that live with our sponsor, Boss Dog Wood Glue, on Friday. That was epic. Absolutely wonderful. Got to catch up with Izzy and some of those fabulous tools he's putting out on the market, and got to see some new things that are going to come out. That bow push stick is pretty neat.
Dude, I've never seen anything. Oh, that was awesome.
It looks so much easier to use than the other one that's similar to that on the market.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty easy on the adjustment. I can tell you that makes it a lot simpler. But I went up to Rockler and I hit up some of those good sales and picked up some things for the shop. They're still running that sale right now, so might want to go check them out. I think it ends tonight. But pretty much it. Did some online shopping. I need to get back into the shop, so I stopped buying stuff. That's where I need to be. But that's about it. Nothing. I did do a little cleanup and stuff. Right before I left, I did finally unpackage the joiner and the the planer and the drum sander, and they're on mobile carts, and I got to finish setting them up once I get back. So that's about it. What's glue with you, Wackerly? Oh, but I did forget one quick thing.
Okay, go ahead.
I am now part of the Onefinity family, so I think we all are going to have one now. So nice. I did pick up the.
And yours will probably be set up before mustaches.
Oh, he may beat me. That boy's been on fire lately. He's been getting it on in his shop. He surprised me last night. He got the joiner set up.
Hey, wait for me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry. I don't need to take your But I did pick up the apprentice, and we're going to be using that right along with the new metal lathe that I got, and in some upcoming projects. So I'm pretty stoked to try that little diamond out, see if it works on machining some metal. So yeah, pretty excited. I picked it up with the red line spindle. So
nice. Welcome to the family.
We'll see what happens. We're gonna put it to machining some aluminum and brass. Maybe see what else it can do. But excited. I'm gonna have to get with Cody and see if we can get some metal bits made up. See if he's up to that challenge. I may have something that will work already in his lineup. I don't know. I've been looking over them, but it's what I'm getting with that is they don't need to be coated. It's best if they're not coated, and made of carbide, of course, and that way the aluminum and brass do not stick to it, and you can evacuate those chips. So that's I'm gonna also have to set up some sort of air going to that to push all that stuff out, but that's for another time. But that's what I got. What's glue with you, Mr. Wacky Works?
This week I kind of got into the shop. I was able to, had a 4-day weekend, so I was able to get in there. And of course, instead of putting everything away, I decided to tear everything up and move it. And as one does, because you see an idea and you see that maybe this flow would work better. And so I moved my the Harbor Freight Frankenstein dust collector, and moved it over with the Onefinity's, not Onefinity, the Oneida Super Dust Deputy onto it, and moved it over into the corner, and moved the Onefinity into where that was at, and was able to make a space that I can now have additional storage, workspace, and more dust collection that I can run off from that. So I'm looking, that's going to be very helpful. By doing that, got rid of some other stuff, was able to go through and, you know, as a pack rat once, you know, does, you have to sometimes throw away stuff that you don't need because wood that big really just isn't going to help you none. I've heard that before. So I just figured I'd get rid of what I could. So I cleaned a lot of that out, got a lot of the resin and stuff out of that I didn't need anymore. Stuff that was changing colors and growing stuff. Decided to get rid of all of that. Got the floor cleaned up, but went ahead and started building the cabinets. Going to take apart the rolling cabinet that's there. That's, I don't know how old, but I'll have it as a storage, be able to use all the drawers on it, make it really easy and useful. And
You're gonna take away the rolling function of it. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, just take the wheels off them and it'll mount it on a 3-inch piece with a toe kick, basically, just like it would a regular cabinet. And that way I can utilize it a little better. It'll have a really deep workbench, basically 30, I think it's like 34 inches deep.
Dang.
And I'm going to do that out of poured concrete. I'm going to do a concrete countertop on that and polish that up. So that'll be kind of nice to have. Nice workspace, seal it all up and just be able to use it. It's not there for pounding on and hammering on and doing stuff like that, but it'll be good for, you know, other things that'll be used over there. I also stopped by today and picked up some Black Friday stuff from Harbor Freight, which was, they have some inserts like socket holders that I like. They're round. They hold them upright, and then they have all of the sizes on them. The bottom is magnetic. The top of it's plastic, but it's it doesn't doesn't snap in.
It just holds them with the I've got those, and I like them because not only are they hold the socket, but if you need to, you can stick them on something, so you can pull it out, take it with you, and stick it to whatever you're working on if it's magnetic. Well,
I mean, my number one reason is I like to use them is, you may be using a bunch of stuff, but you can look at it quickly and see, oh, I haven't put my 7/16 back. I haven't put this back. You can see exactly what you're missing. And I like that. I like that about it. And then the drawers that I have, it's exactly perfect to stand a socket up with that in it because it's only very thin. You can put it in there and holds it up and you can see exactly what you got. So I got those. And then we had a tire go low here, and I had to unreel a bunch of hose and get it outside the shop and go pump up a tire. And I said that'd be the last time I do that. So I went and got a reel. They have them on sale right now they're usually $79.99, and I got it for like $50. And so got one of those. I'll hook that up to the air compressor, and I don't have to, it's got 50 foot of hose on it. I ain't got to go out there and reel out line anymore. So I got one of those just to make it a little bit more efficient around the outside of the shop for people. So that's about it. What about you there, Mustachio? Were you getting anything done in the shop? Does anybody make you force in your hand?
I've done a few things. I've been off all week. I gotta burn some vacation time, so just trying to schedule time that didn't interfere with my coworkers. So I did cleaned up the leaves outside. I haven't usually I'll do maybe like 1 or 2 cleanups before I do the final one. This year I didn't do any of them, and I just kind of let my leaves blow into neighbors' yards and maybe had less leaves, or maybe they just blew back into my yard. I don't know. So
Mustachio, Joey, leaves fall at different times based on temperature. Leaves are these things that go on the end of branches that are connected to trees.
Oh, really?
I want to make sure Joey was on the same page with all of us here. Continue.
Yeah, they're kind of like snowflakes. They're different variations and stuff.
Yes.
But yeah, so I got all the leaves cleaned up. I stacked my second cord of firewood, and I got the third cord of firewood delivered Friday night. I started stacking that this afternoon because when I checked before I went to bed, the rain that we're supposed to get was going to hit like at 2. So I was like, all right, I'll wake up at like 10, 11, and I'll have a couple hours to do that. And of course, the weather just decided to like change. And it
No, you
decided
don't
to
say
New
start-
England, man.
Came
Start-
early,
it
Don't like
didn't
the
it?
start-
weather. Wait a minute.
Yeah, it was like 11:45. I got up at 11 and I had 10 minutes to eat, scarfed down some food, and went outside. It came early, and
Surprise.
then I ran out. I had to rip all the pallets out, and I redid the base on those, and it was I have to like pull a brand new pallet out because this one was like completely rotted out. So I didn't want to do that, and then my neighbor was cleaning his yard for like the 4 leaves. I swear, every time I'm outside, he's cleaning his yard up. And he's like
Sounds like
right
he
in the
needs a
back
hobby.
corner. Yeah, it does. So it was raining, which I could deal with a little rain. It wasn't really coming down hard or anything, but I was just like, you know what? I'm not dealing with this right now. So I covered the wood with a tarp. I got maybe a quarter of the cord stacked, and probably deal with that tomorrow because I'm off. Moving into the shop, I did get a few things done. I got the for tools and miscellaneous. I did get the OBS bot Tiny 2 camera for the podcast, which I'm using for the very first time. So if I make a weird hand gesture and my camera goes all wacky, I'm still getting used to it. So, and I got some stuff from Grizzly for the jointer and a 15-inch planer that I'll be getting next year. And I also got some stuff. I got some carbon method to clean my cast iron in the shop. For the CNC table, I glued up the top. So that's 2 pieces of 3/4 inch ply. And that's all cut up. I think I'm going to wrap it in walnut to do some edge banding around it. And then I can toss a CNC on that. I moved. I had to. The table was in the middle of the shop, and that was not its final resting place. And that's the one thing that's not on wheels in the shop. So I had to kind of scoot that backwards. And a few of the people on here saw my struggles getting that moved over. I did it.
The struggle was real. The struggle was real.
It wasn't. It probably wasn't pretty, and didn't throw my back out or anything, so that's good. But I got the CNC about where it's gonna live. So I'll get the walnut. I haven't mounted the top to the table yet. I'll get the edge banding on there before I do that step. I kind of started milling some of the wood and stuff. And speaking of milling wood, I did get the bed of the jointer that Joey gave me onto the base. It was really, really sketchy. I am not sure if I'm going to share that video or not. I did record it. And it seemed sketchy the way I was doing it. And I was like, well, let me pop inside and see how strong the wife's feeling. She came out and it was propped up against the wall. I pulled it up so it's straight up vertical, and she's like, "Oh, that's not too bad." I'm like, "Well, I have all the weight. Like, here, you take the weight of it just leaning." And she's like, "Nope, because that's got to be 200, 300 pounds or something." Joey, what did you say? and
Somewhere around there.
she's like, nope, I don't want to do this. I was like, that's fine, thank you. So I was gonna have my buddy help me, and then I'm just in the shop like I'm just gonna do it, and it worked out. It worked out. Everything, nothing fell on the ground. I did have to take the wheel on the side off to kind of scoot it over and set it up on, and then tip it. But everything worked out good, and I cleaned up some of the cast iron. That's what I got the carbon method for, and I got a few other spots I'll use that on. But yeah, onward and upward. Hopefully I can get that. My goal is to get the X-Carve going before a year passes by when I got it. So
To answer your question, BJ, I'll probably have mine running before his.
Yeah.
hey. Ow.
Now, well, I mean, it depends on how fast you get it too, because
Well, that's with the 6-month delay. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Once he said he's gonna edge band it with
walnut.
walnut.
Yeah.
That's a 2 or 3 month process because he's got to get the walnut in there, let it acclimate, and he's got to mill it, let it acclimate, mill it a little bit more, acclimate some more.
Don't forget
possibly
to put
glue it to something.
procrastinate in that
Yeah,
sentence.
you
somewhere.
forgot procrastinate. Yeah.
Well, that's
100%.
the acclimate. I was trying to be nice, so instead of saying procrastinate, I was just just let it acclimate.
Tough crowd tonight, mustache.
Yeah, I'm used to it. I'm used to it at this point.
Hey, you know what?
Anyway, what's glue with you, BJ?
Well, I'm on day 4 of my 5-day weekend, which is nice. A lot of shop time. I got so Wackerly, that glue scraper that you got a while back from Sonnery.
Yeah.
However you
Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, that place.
Mm-hmm.
Got the glue scraper from them and got their
Sharpening kit.
Sharpening jig.
Yeah.
They reached out, so they were kind enough to send me those out for some content.
Cool.
I like the glue scraper. When I get a new sharpening stone in, I will tell you how much I use one of my sharpening stones with their jig, and it worked okay. I don't know what happened. The sharpening stone that they sent with the kit was warped. And so, instead of being able to make full contact, you're only able to make contact on about 2 inches of the stone. But I sent them a message. They're supposed to be sending me out a replacement. But that glue scraper, that thing is nice. I honestly glued up a cutting board just so I had an excuse to use it. And yeah, I've got a really nice glue scraper that I will never use again. This is going to be my go-to. So, and it's super nice. I pulled the mat too. I went to Harbor Freight for Black Friday and took advantage of some of their sales. I picked up, and I've still got a couple left. Steve, if you want a custom one, we can work out a deal. I got some of those mini toolboxes that everybody's been lasering.
Yes. Yeah, I saw your post on that.
Yeah, I did. So a while back, I did one for my daughter because I bought Lowe's had them in the Cobalt brand.
Yep.
And on a whim, just lasered her name into it with the design. And somebody commented on the video and said, "Hey, the Harbor Freight ones are a lot nicer, and they engrave very well." Well, Harbor Freight had them on sale for like $12 a piece, so I picked up a green one, a gray one, and a red one, and I engraved my logo into the green one. And man, did it come out nice! That that powder coating or whatever they put on there, it lasers off really well. Did that, picked up. What else did I get from Harbor Freight? Nothing big, because I really didn't need anything big. Oh, they had the magnetic tool holders, just the long magnetic strips. They were on sale for like $1.50 or $2, and you can never have too many of those. So I grabbed a couple of those. And then my daughter needed safety glasses. So I got her a 99-cent pair of safety glasses. And other than that, Black Friday, I didn't really take advantage of any big Black Friday sales this year. Ordered a new network switch for the house just because right now everything out in the shop is on Wi-Fi except my laptop. And so if I want to connect to my Onefinity, I've got to connect to the Wi-Fi to connect to the Onefinity. So I'm going to just network in the Onefinity, the laser, the laptop, everything. Just have it all on a switch, so I can just easily either connect to it from here in the office to send files to it, or from the shop. And yeah, I did get a wild hair, and somehow convinced my daughter that it would be a great idea to move her bed from the exterior wall to an interior wall in her bedroom, because it does get kind of cold on that exterior wall. And so we dismantled her room yesterday and put it back together. To all the parents out there, if you think it's a good idea to do this, I'm going to go ahead and come out and say it's not. It was a horrible idea. Other than the fact that I actually convinced her to purge a lot of stuff. We ended up filling up the outside trash can with stuff. So that's always nice. But yeah, that's just playing around the shop. Other stuff other than that. What about you, Steve?
Well, it's been a little quiet in the shop this week. However, I have managed to get in here. I set up my spray booth to spray the finish on the drawers for my miter station. So hopefully I'll get everything squared away and tomorrow start that. Spent a little time yesterday designing up some files on the CNC, doing a shooting board. I decided I wanted to try and do a shooting board for my hand planes on the CNC. Got it about half done. Had some trouble with some bit changes and everything, but managed to get through that. That's more of a me thing than a...
You're still doing the manual bit changes?
Yeah, I am. So long and short of it is I have the ATC for the Onefinity. I haven't put it on yet. But I've tried this time against my better judgment to do a multi-bit change on one G-code file, and it didn't really go how I had hoped.
Yeah.
So I ended up just splitting it up and just doing 3 or 4 separate G-code files, one for each bit, and just did it kind of the manual way that I'm used to after fighting with it. So that's definitely a me thing, not a, I'm still relatively new to the Onefinity and CNC world. So that's me trying to figure it all out. And, I figured nice little project to try and work on that. So it's about 3/4 of the way done. I'll finish that up hopefully later on tonight. I did manage to pick up some, I don't know, I guess you call them shortcut buttons for the CNC to, hit the button and have it automatically go to the park or automatically home, rewind, those sort of things. I got those for the Masso and wired those up, got those installed. That was a pretty easy process, which was nice. Took maybe about half hour, 45 minutes. And yeah, other than that, I did hit some of the Black Friday sales. I didn't go anywhere. It sounds like I really kind of need to go over to Harbor Freight tomorrow and see if I can get any Cyber Monday deals over there from everything that you guys picked up. But I think early last week, I picked up a bunch of tools from Stu Mac, for all the guitar making stuff. Ordered a couple other things online for that. What else did I get? I also purchased a new router Wi-Fi network switch. So that should be on the way next week. But yeah, just some smaller things, nothing really big and expensive. No like dust collectors or CNCs or anything like that. That's it. That's what's glue with me.
Nice.
Nice.
I like how you know. Never mind. Never mind.
What? Go ahead, say it. Where?
No. I don't need to add to it. But there is some good deals on filament. I'm going to add that. I forgot to say that. There's some good deals on filament out there still. So if you got any plans to be doing some 3D printing in the coming year, man, now is the chance to pounce on some of that. Bamboo's running a really good deal still. I picked up some Creality filament that when I got the whatever that Creality printer is that I
K1, was it the K1?
K1 plus, K2 plus.
K2 plus. There you go.
They sent me some samples, and that actual filament was on sale, and it was a stupid crazy deal. I found it on TikTok Shop. I was scrolling through there, and that filament, I ended up getting 20 rolls of that filament for $118.
Dang, that's not bad. Man, I will say we got to stop. People got to stop sleeping on the TikTok Shop. Every once in a while, you find some junk on there, but ever so often, or majority of the time, it's junk. But every once in a while, you find some heck of a deal. Like I saw the other day, if anybody's looking at getting the Insta360 camera, they've got it on the TikTok Shop for 50% off right now. Like
that company Toolant is another one. Yeah, that tap and die set, Matt, you said.
Oh, okay.
Well, on TikTok Shop, I picked up some hand wrenches and stuff that were stupid cheap. And they came in right before I left up here. And man, they are freaking nice, heavy duty with the anti-slip head on them. I mean, it was, and of course, Matt wouldn't really help him, but all the sizes and everything are colored, so you can actually see them. So
lots of browns.
Yeah. I mean, came in their own nice little case, to put in your toolbox. I mean, there were some good freaking deals, especially with the percentage coupons that they gave you. So that I think that filament came out to like, I don't know, $5-6 a reel on 1,000 kilogram reel. So it printed fine when I used it. So I'm gonna try it out. So there's some good stuff out there. You can take advantage of it. A lot of it's ending. Well, they're saying it's ending tonight, but who knows if it will.
Well, you got Cyber Monday coming up.
Cyber Monday. So.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, there's some stuff that I was looking at getting that I didn't, and I just got a notice on Amazon that it's actually going to be at a better price tomorrow for Cyber Monday. I think a lot of the tech stuff will get good tomorrow. So if you're looking at stuff like that,
yeah, be pretty good. So yeah, I want to. You got anything on Boss Dog, BJ? That we need?
I did just notice because while you were talking, I got an alert on Instagram, so I was looking it up, and his video popped up. So the holiday glue box is up. It's on sale right now. It's $109. You get all 4 glues, so all 3 colors in the outdoor, and then all the CA glues plus a glue brush included, and the activator for the CA glue. So not a bad deal when you look at. I mean, you're saving a lot with the bundle, and then it does actually look like if they've got the super glue bundle, it's still active. And I do know it's limited supply. So if you want it, go grab it, but you can get the caddy with it. So the CA glue
That
caddy.
is nice when he brought
It
that
is.
out
I
Friday.
like that. Yeah.
That's
Yep.
cool.
And then of course, they've even got gift cards. So, if you have a woodworker in your life that you don't know what is their favorite flavor of glue, buy them a gift card.
Yeah.
And I'm going to keep saying flavor because Nick says flavor. So get
There
away
you
with
go.
it. And we all know
Yep.
my favorite flavor is clear. Which
And don't
actually
forget
didn't
to
even
use that link in the bio down in
Yeah.
the bottom of the description, CMP10, and use our
Yep.
link. We're not
Yeah.
gaining anything off of it, but we would appreciate it if y'all use that link to get over there. So
Save you some monies.
Hey,
But-
10%, 10%.
I'm gonna do an announcement that we've got. The podcast itself is going to be doing what we call, it's not an end of the year show, but it's our Christmas show on December 21st, which is a Sunday, same time, same place. But we're going to be doing some giveaways, and one that I'm very proud that we were able to do as a group here is we're going to be giving away a bamboo 3D printer to our Patreon members. One lucky Patreon member. You do have to be in the upper tiers of the Patreon, which is our $10 and $20 tier, to be entered into this. And if you're not one, you can use our new link in there. Oh, it's 20% off.
It's 20% off for Black Friday until Monday night. I completely, as he said that, I scrolled up on the website and saw that. So
There
didn't
you
mean to
go.
interrupt you, Joey, but I wanted to get that out there because that
No,
is
no.
until tomorrow
Excellent.
night. So
That's
24
a heck of a
hours.
deal.
Now you can click our link in the description and then go over there
Yeah, still
and use the
use
20% off bundle.
Nice. That's a big savings.
Heck yeah.
But back
Sorry.
to the bamboo printer, we're going to be that's going to be strictly Patreon members. So if you're not there to support us,
Top level, right?
yes, top level $10 and $20 tiers. And there's going to be some added things that you will gain getting involved coming in the new year. Steve was so kindly to donate to us a new link. Thank you, Steve. That gets us straight to our Patreon. There's no more typing. It's a quick link, and I will have to add that into our description, but you can go to supportcmp.com and it'll get you straight there. Thank you, Steve.
Yep. Thank you, Steve.
And that's going to be cool. Hopefully, it's going to go to somebody that doesn't have one, or somebody that can add a second one into their business. It's always great when we can give back to the community that supports us. We love doing it. We're also going to be having other companies get involved. Our very own Boss Dog Wood Glue is going to be donating some different packages. We haven't finalized that, but they're going to be involved in that as well. Cadence Manufacturing, the maker of the Jenny Bits, is going to be involved.
Mm-hmm.
And Acmer Laser is also going to be involved. We're going to be given a laser. We haven't finalized everything on that. It could be one, it could be two, it could be three. I need to get that tied down so we know exactly. But yeah, we're going to have some good things. We're still talking to other companies. It's going to be an epic show. Can't wait to do it. And yeah, get somebody a little Christmas gift. So get out there, get in there, get into that Patreon. There's going to be a lot of things coming in the new year, and we're going to have some fun. But other than that, let's jump into this topic. I'm kind of ready to get into this topic that we got for today, and that is the resources that shaped us, or that shape us. What did we use as we were starting off? Steve brought up a good point for the younger generation. At one point, who do we steer it to? But why not? Who do we use? We're all in different levels of this hobby, and we all still need to refer back to YouTube University, fellow makers, etc. So who do y'all use, or what did y'all use? What did y'all lean on? And anybody out in the chat, if y'all want to chime in, put them in here.
So I'll start it off. Yeah, of course, a lot of YouTube University, and it's funny that we bring this up because I saw a post from today, from 9 years ago, was my first workbench that I ever built. And that workbench, I actually reached out to another woodworker, and I was like, "Hey, here's what I'm looking at doing. You got any advice?" Now, of course, his advice was, "Oh yeah, just use pocket holes and this, and this." And looking back, not a great idea, but hey, it held up for what it was needed for. It worked. It got the work off the floor and off the sawhorses. But I even a lot of stuff just reaching out to because I learned a lot from my dad and my grandpa. I did start out when I first really got into it. I went to it's a bookstore.
Barnes and Noble.
Not Barnes and Noble. Half Price Books. And I bought a handful of woodworking books just to get some ideas on different things and, to learn how to measure things, how to lay things out, stuff like that. And I still every once in a while, if I have a question on something, it's usually pretty easy to go look it up on the interwebs, but it's nice to be able to have a book that you can run, you can refer to see, how things were done. Because I have a woodworking book that's the reprint was in the 70s. But I know it's older than that because it's all hand tool, hand tool joinery and stuff. And, do I use a lot of that stuff? No. I mean, I'm going to use it a lot this next year because I'm going to get more into hand tool woodworking. But, having those resources at hand, and then the community too, being able to reach out to any of y'all. Mm-hmm. To me, that's the biggest resource that we have now. But 20 years ago, other than the woodworking forums, we didn't have this community.
No. So, I mean, the way I got started out was, we remodeled houses, so I didn't have a choice.
Yeah.
You had to. And that got you into framing. That got you into setting up, cabinets and stuff like that were already made up. It wasn't cabinetry. It was just you were plugging in wall and go. Yeah, go. Yeah. Putting up sheetrock, mudding and taping and stuff like that. So it was learning the basics of home renovations, home repairs, home whatever it is. But I was one of those weird kids, I guess. Everyone watched cartoons, this, that, and the other. And I watched This Old House and New Yankee Workshop. I was super interested. Norm Abram was a great teacher. We're just Brad nailing this until the glue dries. He had a router for every situation. Literally,
Shop goals, right?
Yeah,
Shop goals, huh?
My whole tool set at the beginning was all Porter Cable and Boss. That's all it was, and because that's what I learned from. Yeah. And then as I got in, you get to a point where you become elevated. You think that you're still a carpenter or something like that, but you're now getting into doing handrails and around corners, and you have inside corners and outside corners and banisters all the way down. And you become, because it becomes interesting. You are interested in it. You got to dabble in the outskirts of it. And then you had to, and the only place that you could learn from is people that have already done it before. So I started taking jobs as fire restoration, where they went through and gutted out houses and then rebuilt them all, and they're doing all of the cabinet making and fine woodworking that's in it, millwright stuff. That was a part of it, and so that's kind of how I got started, and thought I knew something until you really get into it, and then you realize you don't know anything. You just know that you know the basics, because there's 50 different ways to do this, and you just learn the one way based off that one person. And so, but I guess the question is, how did we get into it? That's how I got into mine. I didn't have a choice, and then I was really interested in what Norm Avram was doing, and I love the fact that he constantly put down Bob Vila.
And the resources, we all I think back of how I got started, or what got me in the mentality or to think, and just watching my dad do stuff. Again, he was a metal fabricator, but it still shaped me for that thought process, watching him do what he did. And of course, he had to do a lot of the stuff in the house, fixer-uppers. I mean, back in those days, the means weren't there to pay somebody to come in there and do it. You had to know how to do it.
Yeah.
You had to figure out how to do it. It's not as easy as today. You could pick up the phone and, hey, I need, 50 sheets of sheetrock hung and taped and floated. If you were going to do that, you couldn't afford to do it. You had to learn how to do it. May have not been the best of work, but you learn. And that's how I got started in learning and watching him do all the metal fabricating. And then, my grandpa was a carpenter, and, that line, I didn't get to hang around with him much, but the majority of the stuff was with my dad, and then at school through shop class, getting the basics. And then, once, like BJ said, we didn't have this kind of, YouTube TV back then or anything like that we could look into. It was all what you learned at home and hands-on type stuff.
Right.
And then once it came out, a person I did lean on a bunch to, the Wood Whisperer. He was one that was very popular back in the day. He still is. I mean, I'm not taking nothing away from him. And I still revert back to his stuff. Another guy is Jason Vince, who we all know, we follow. He's got some good stuff. Brian Sedgley for tool tips on some of the Festool stuff to go in there. That man is a wealth of knowledge. You can go in there and just look, and there's things that you think that he'll turn around and show you. You're like, what? Really? You can do that with this? It's just crazy. Yeah. So, when like I always say, you think we don't know everything. There's still a lot of stuff that we don't know, and there's questions that I have.
That's why I love. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, I was just going to throw it back to Steve, because he was kind of the inventor of this topic, but it was going to go in a different way. And that was for the younger generation coming in. He asked the question, who would we send a young person to go watch?
For beginner stuff. For beginner stuff.
And it was hard.
What was the channel Woodworking for Mere Mortals?
Right.
Steve Ramsey.
That was one that I watched a lot when I first started out, because I don't want to say he dumbed it down, but he did. And he simplified it. He made it so easy. And like you, Joey, I watched a ton. I remember back even before I really even got into this, I would watch the Wood Whisperer just for the fact that, like Matt said, I loved watching, Norm and This Old House and stuff like that. And, and at that time, the Wood Whisperer was kind of what there was. And, and then I really got into it and, realized that the stuff the Wood Whisperer was doing was way more advanced than what I could do.
What was it? PBS?
Yeah, PBS.
For
Woodwright Shop.
Yeah.
Right on the hill.
I remember watching that stuff, just sitting there, and that I would get just grab me when that would come out. Yeah. We didn't have cable. So you had to rely on the old rabbit ears, covered in foil to try to grab them. Yeah.
And a lot of us were fortunate to, I worked, like my dad remodeled a house when I was a kid, so I learned how to do a lot of stuff. I still look back, one of the best compliments I ever got, I sheetrocked a room by myself, or me and a buddy did it, and then I did all the tape and bedding. And one of my dad's friends was a home builder, and he happened to come over to help my dad with something, and he saw that room, and he's like, "Man, who did this room?" I was like, "Oh, I did." And he's like, "Dang, kid, that's not bad. You ever done
You
this
want-
before? It's like, not
You want a
really.
job?
Yeah.
If it's mudding and taping, no.
Yeah, no, I never want to do this again.
So going back to Steve, when he threw that question to us, we had a hard time, or I had a hard time, of who I would send a young person to. Who, because most of these people are so advanced now, it would probably blow their mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, Steve? I mean,
Yeah. The original question came up because I had a good friend of mine bring his 12-year-old son over to the shop to see it because he's been interested in woodworking and kind of been going to, I guess, a woodworking camp near where they live the last couple summers. And, I was kind of asking him, you watch anyone on YouTube or, how do you learn and everything? And I threw out a couple names and he hadn't heard of them. One of them I figured that he probably would have heard of was Jimmy DeRester because he had the Netflix show. And he hadn't heard of him. So, I posed the question to the group and I was hoping to send him a couple of links or something to some things that could get him going. Cause he's got a hand plane. He's just got a small planer. So he's trying to build a small little shop and he's looking at maybe getting a bandsaw. But I figured if we can kind of direct some different things to him, but
I would say
that's where it all came from originally.
Yeah.
I love watching like Matt from NWA.
Yeah.
He has a lot of good stuff. There's one I can't remember his name now.
So what I look for,
Crafted or
what I look for when I look for younger people is what drove me to watch Norm. And he always used to start out, well, shop safety, this, that, and the other, and he had his speech at the beginning. But when it came down to everything he did, he goes, well, we're going to build a box. And if we take this negative space out of this box, we now have a cabinet.
Yeah.
And if we take this out of this box, we now have this. And if we add this to this box, he made it a simple term. We're building a box.
Yeah.
And then everything is compounded on top of that.
Well, and so that's what's nice because all of the new Yankee Workshop stuff is on YouTube now.
Oh, yeah. It's on Instagram. It's on YouTube, everything. Yeah.
That's a great resource right there.
Mm-hmm.
Just go watch that. I sat down the other day. It happened to pop up and I'm like, ooh, I want to watch this. And it was an episode I'd never seen before, and that's one of the resources I would push. It's, say, hey, go do this.
Why do you think, and I've thought about this question since you brought the question up, Steve, why do you think there are no people that you can push people towards that are like that are towards the beginner?
Yeah, I think there are. I think part of the problem is that we're all in our own little bubble online.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And the people that I follow, I follow because I'm looking for a certain level or a certain skill. So I'm going to obviously gravitate towards those. I'm not personally, well, there's nothing wrong with any of their channels. I'm probably not going to sit down with, a half hour of free time and go watch a very basic, this is what a handsaw is. This is how you flatten a board. Because I did that years ago and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just not in my wheelhouse for my bubble online of people that I follow.
You surpassed that already. You've learned that you're on to bigger and better.
Exactly. And the other half of that is I think that a majority of the woodworkers and DIY and makers that we follow, they've been on YouTube. Let's take Mark Spagnolo, right? He's been, a lot of people call him like one of the grandfathers of, woodworking on YouTube. Yeah. He's an OG, right? So where he started out and where he is now obviously has transitioned because as his skills get better, as his teaching gets better and his interests change, he's going to focus more on those things. And, let's face it, it's a business for him, and for a majority of these folks, it's content creation. It is a business, so they're going to focus on what is going to get them
What brings the
most
views.
money, right?
Yeah.
Whether it be views or whether it be sponsorship or partnerships, whatever that case is, it's a business, and
Yep.
if it's not going to sell, then they're not going to do it. And I think that there's a really big group of folks that are just starting out, and folks who tailor their YouTube and Instagram and TikToks towards those folks. They're doing a great service for everybody, and they're getting a ton of views. It's just
Yep.
not in the same realm as what I'm looking at. So I don't know who those are. And for someone who is so connected, or I think I'm connected, we have a lot of similar friends, that either have YouTube channels or are doing this content creation. I'm entirely in this bubble of these folks that I know. And I mean, I can't tell you how many times just talking to you folks offline, you bring up someone's YouTube channel and I go, who's that? I've never heard of them.
Yeah.
And they've got 300,000 subs or something. And they've been doing it for 8 years, 10 years. And I have no clue about them. And there's just so many folks like that on all of the social networks.
Yeah.
And I just don't know everybody. So
and
that's why I posed the question.
I think you kind of migrate to what skill level you're at of the people that you surround yourself with and want to learn. So when you put that question out, it's like, woo, who would I send somebody to?
Yeah.
I couldn't give you an answer. You would have to look at the first ones that popped in were, going to Jason Bent or Mark and going into their back catalog back in the day.
That's what I was going to,
simpler things. And as they progressed through their career or through their hobby and they got more advanced, now that's where we're at. Some of us
April Wilkerson before she had all of her CNC stuff and
right.
And that's the nice part about YouTube is that content's evergreen. Unless they delete their catalog. And the fortunate thing about this community, the woodworking world, there's a very small chance that YouTube's going to take a video down. It's not like some of the other communities where, rules can change and content can get removed. But in the maker community, a lot of that content, now you're going to have to scroll because you have a lot of these creators out there that put out weekly videos, bi-weekly, or whatever, and you're scrolling for a while to get to the back catalog.
Which, quite honestly, the search features are really where that's at.
Horrible.
If you're going to look for something, that search feature is going to bring up those videos from, a long time ago. But I mean, and I also don't think we should discount, I forget who it was, whether it was BJ or Matt or someone, I think it was BJ, you said woodworking books. Just books alone. I mean, there are a ton of really great resources out there for the beginners as well as the advanced. And, for myself, I found a lot of stuff in those. And for a long time, there were, it was kind of like the CD of the month club, but they were woodworking books. I forget what the Ox Hill Publishing or something like that.
I think, because I have one.
I've got a whole bunch of them, right back here on the shelf, as well as, just things that you eventually get into, like the Anarchist Tool Chest from Chris Swars and stuff from Lost
I want to
Press.
pick that up.
Yeah.
So
and-
even okay, so we're talking books. So look at what's his name? Nick
Offerman.
Nick Offerman. He just released a new book. And it's
yes.
three, because
I think he's got 3 or 4 out now.
I've got Good Clean Fun, which is an amazing read to begin with. Like the story that's in that book is absolutely phenomenal. I got it for Christmas one year, and for the rest of the day, that's all I did. I just sat there and read that book because I got into it. But then the lessons and the how-tos in the book, and then the newest one is I can't remember the name of it, but it's like Making with Kids or something. And so it's a lot of really simple projects. But in my advice, if you're looking for books other than the Nick Offerman books, like I think that collection is amazing. But go to Half Price Books, go to,
A used bookstore.
find older woodworking books.
Right.
I have an old, it was one my grandpa gave me, and it's like a homeowner's guide or something, and it's everything.
Like Good Housekeeping or something like that.
It's everything that as a homeowner, you would need to know to fix anything in your house, whether it's plumbing, and there's some woodworking stuff in there, but I've got, there's some older woodworking books that are, how to use a hand plane, how to use a handsaw, how to use, a chisel, how to stick two pieces of wood together,
On that note, I'm gonna say, if you can find an older copy, I don't think I think they might still be in print, but they are the newer, brand new versions are definitely much more expensive. There was a 3 or a 4 book series, and I'm probably gonna say this name wrong, but I believe it's Tej Fried Teaches Woodworking, and it was a very step-by-step series of books, exactly what you're talking about, where this is a chisel and everything and how to do all that stuff. But there's a ton of those books out there.
But for the younger generation, go ahead, Joey.
I was going to say that I think those are good resources because, one, it will alleviate any frustration from getting the wrong tool and using it wrong and it not working.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Back in the day when I didn't know much, there was a lot of frustration because, one, I didn't know what I was actually doing and using the wrong tool for the job. We've talked about that a lot. And I think that leads to frustration. And a young person coming in, they'll get frustrated and lose interest as to where if they're taught correctly or have a resource to look at, then, it'll help them advance a lot quicker and further,
go ahead, BJ.
I'll throw this out, for me, for instance, years ago, I needed to make a bed frame. And literally just a frame to get a mattress and box spring up off the floor. And I figured, okay, easiest way to do this, we'll cut some miters. We'll do a 2x4 frame with a stretcher across the middle, some 4x4 legs, simple, right? And where we're at now, to me is one of the simplest things you can build, right?
Yeah. I mean,
Yep.
Yeah.
I struggled so much with getting the miters correct. Had I had the resource to show me how to really set up a miter saw, it would have been a completely different thing. Or had someone gone, hey, miter's probably not the best option. You probably want to do half lap joints to join it, or do this. And it was frustrating, because I was like, oh, this should be simple. Like, it's like building a giant picture frame, whatever. And it was horrible, So having those.
Or just having someone say, when's the last time you check that for square?
Exactly. Yeah.
For square,
right. Maybe don't assume that the 45-degree setting on that, cheap, junky Ryobi, saw is right. Maybe throw a speed square up there and actually check the 45.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yep.
So
I mean, who's guilty of it? Back in the day when you first got your first saw.
Oh,
yeah.
We're all guilty.
Definitely.
It should be perfect out of the box, right? You shouldn't have to tune a brand new tool.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
how do you tell if a square is square, right?
Yeah.
5.
Didn't know that.
Right. Until someone showed you.
Yeah.
But to just go back to that, I mean, the some of the things that shaped me, besides Norm and New Yankee Workshop and PBS, Roy Underhill, Tommy Mack. I don't know if Tommy Mack, if you guys ever had Tommy Mack on PBS near
Larry
you.
Hahn.
But,
Larry Hahn.
Yep.
Oh, wow. That's an amazing dude.
I think some of the other resources that helped shape me was, outside of my father, my grandfather, my brother, but also local schools for woodworking. You know, you can go down
Mhm.
to your local Woodcraft or Rockler, and they offer classes all the time for relatively inexpensive amounts of money. But also, if you're in an area and you're not too rural, oftentimes you can find um, woodworking guilds, and sometimes they're really great and sometimes they're so-so, but they often have folks who are very knowledgeable, have years of experience, and are very eager to help you and learn, to teach you, and you can learn through them. And through my local guild, I was able to be fortunate enough to go to the Furniture Institute of Massachusetts for a couple of half-day classes with Phil Lowe, who sadly he's no longer with us, but one of the amazing teachers, and he had a amazing school. But just those types of connections can lead to a lot of great education, even among the folks within those guilds. And you know, I'd be remiss if I didn't say we're at the end of the year, and a lot of the major schools are starting to open up their registration for 2026 classes. So I know that I've spoken on this podcast and some others about the classes that I've taken out at Mark Adams School of Woodworking out in Indiana. I'm hopefully going back there again this coming year for a couple of classes, but I believe tomorrow, December 1st, if tomorrow is December 1st,
Yep,
but I think December 1st, they're opening up their 2026 class registrations, and they're a great resource. I know that, what is it? The Center for Furniture Craftsmanship up in Maine, Rockport, Maine. I believe that they are also opening their 2026 registration, I think this week or next week. But those are other resources that folks can take classes at. And I mean, there are some amazing instructors who travel to all of these different places: Florida School of Woodwork, Austin School of Woodwork, and they just do the circuit, right? And
Mhm.
there are even some smaller worker spaces. I think Hatch up in Vermont, if you're in the Vermont area, does a lot of these classes. So I mean, seriously, take a look if you want to learn some stuff. Those classes will help expand your skills, and you'll learn a ton of stuff.
Yeah,
So-
your local Woodcraft, your local Rockler, they also have touring people that come through, and you can check those schedules out when they got those coming through. They also have some locals that come in and do a lot of classes.
Yep.
And that's where I got into turning is through that. So it was a great class, and learned a lot. You also, and a lot of people don't realize this, but sometimes they do have experts there. And when I bought my card scraping stuff from Woodcraft, Neil was like, "Do you know how to sharpen that?"
No.
No. He's like, "Well, tell me, take you to the back. You know how to pull a piece. Here's how you're going to pull it, and this is how you're going to do this, and you want to make sure you want that little check on it." And I'm like, "Wow, I learned so much, and I just exactly. Is this not calibrated? What's going on?" No. But I did mention Larry Hahn is a guy that I learned a lot by watching his videos. It's him and his brother, a skill saw, hammer, nails, and a square, plumb bob, and a chalk line. Put together a whole house. And
I'm just mesmerized watching him. I can watch those videos over and over and just mesmerize how he can knock that whole freaking nail in one whap. It's just over and over.
Driving 16 pennies all day long.
Yeah.
And he still did it at 80 years old. He's still sitting there putting together houses all day long. Him and his brother just go through there and they knock it out. And a lot of times showing you shortcuts of not having to use a tape measure, or, you're laying out your blocking. Just put your blocking down and you put that the space between your blade and the is 1.5 inches. So you can pop that down and he's just, I mean, there's so many and he taught me so much about speed squares and stuff like that. And you don't realize how many tricks there are to a speed square.
Oh yeah.
But
there's
laying out all your
so
frame,
many.
your
I mean,
bird's
they're-
mouth and everything. It's so much stuff.
I thought a speed square was just for 90s and 45s.
Exactly, and there's
Like
so
it.
much more to it. Yeah,
There's so much more.
Angles.
yeah. Oh, this reads
Lots of
this, so
angles.
this number that it's corresponding means this, and that's what the pitch of your roof, and that's
And
what you should be
Yep.
putting your birds on. And I'm like,
And
what?
just watching him throw a
Rewind that.
template, just watching him throw a template together real quick so that he can get the bird's mouth.
Yeah.
And just
Yep.
going through there and batching
Oh,
that
yeah.
stuff out. It's just wild how they do it.
Mhm.
Laying stuff out, easy measurement stuff, tricks, those little nuggets that you pick up
Yeah.
off of
Yep.
rewatching them and rewinding. Like, whoa, wait a minute! I didn't know you could do that with that square.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I mean,
And that goes across other trades too. Like I follow a few tile guys, and like they'll do some trick, and I'm like,
Yep.
whoa! Like I would have never thought to like do
Mhm.
something like that. And like just like you said, Joey, those little tiny nuggets and tricks and stuff like are so. And that comes along. I mean, maybe the video could be an hour long, and it's got like 5 or 6 of those things that are like, whoa, and you rewind and you go and rewatch it again. And you're like, oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
yeah, Tyler, great tile trick. Let the guy do it.
Uh,
Well, that's good. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's tough finding, but like I think you hit it right on the nail in the bubble that you're in. And a lot of times, all the bigger creators that did that have already done it and they moved on to bigger things. And it's a business for them. So
Yep.
they're going to put out what the people are wanting to take in. And it's hard. That was a hard question. I
Yeah.
sat there
Well-
and thought about it. And I'm like, I wouldn't know where to send them other than old catalogs, go
Yep.
back into these people's videos.
Yep.
It's tough.
I mean, I'm gonna bring up Steve Ramsey again because like I've watched some of his videos and stuff, and like he's using basic tools,
Yeah.
which a lot of people that are getting into it can afford. Like he might not use a miter saw. He's going to use a saw with that little box where you're going to cut the miter
Miter
to
box.
whatever, and
Yeah.
like he's going to use those cheaper tools, and like that's appealing, and that's his channel. That's where his bread and butter kind of is and stuff. And like if you want to get more advanced, like I'm sure he's super knowledgeable and stuff, but like he's not focusing on those more advanced type things on that channel. Like you're gonna have to go and look at someone else. But I mean, I started watching April Wilkerson before she like moved, and she was just getting into it, and like I loved watching her journey to like where she is now. Like
Yep.
that was
Watching
was
her
so
learn.
cool.
Yeah, watching her
Yes.
learn. Yeah. And
Yep.
it's sharing that experience with you.
Exactly. Like that was so cool seeing her like go through that. And like Matthias Wandel, watching him like build his own bandsaws and everything, and
Oh, yeah.
like, oh my gosh. Another guy was Frank Howarth.
Yeah.
Howarth, Frank
Sure.
Howarth.
yes.
Does he still put
Yes.
out videos?
Yes,
Don't know.
he does.
I
I need to
wanna
look
say
you know
at
what?
I
You-
loved.
One of the
love his
reasons
stuff.
that one of the reasons why he got into doing YouTube videos?
No.
Well, I
He
know it was,
stutters. He stutters.
that's right. Yeah.
Oh yes.
Now,
I
doesn't
remember
So he
work-
did it
didn't
to
he
help
work-
himself stop stuttering.
But doesn't he work for PBS or something, or he worked for PBS?
I don't know about that,
Yeah.
but
I
was
because the first
when he built that shop where it was part of the way underground and everything like that. That was amazing.
used to be an
but-
indoor swimming pool.
That's
Yeah,
what
that was
hooked
the-
me on
yeah.
him, right? He's got
That was
that
the fir-
crazy looking shop lean to
Yep.
Yes,
with
yes.
a bunch
It
of
almost
windows.
looks like
Mhm.
looks like a quarter open toolbox. Was
Yeah.
kind of
Again,
the design.
I still have no idea who you guys are talking
Really?
about.
Really?
Oh, you need
Frank
to-
is
This
a
is
great
one of those
one.
people, right?
In
You
fact,
need to look
in
up
fact,
Frank.
Steve, you have to look up Frank because he's right down your alley when it comes down to photographs, when it comes down to all of that stuff.
Mhm.
He's into that very, very
I-
big.
I want to say he designed his shop around the aspect of being able to video. That had a lot to do with him building that shop, and how he had excuse me, he has a lot of old equipment, and to get it in there because it is built down into the ground.
And has rebuilt it so that it all fits. Yeah, he's got two table saws back to back, and make sure they're on the same level, and they're not the same table saw. Yeah,
I love that his outfeed table for his table saw is a table saw.
Yes.
Yep.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's crazy how many people we've ran across or channels that you tend to forget just because where you're at now, you know, and a lot of times that's thanks for the algorithm not putting that stuff in front of you anymore.
Yeah,
because it follows what you're doing and starts feeding you other stuff, and then those kind of just fall by the wayside and you forget.
Now I'm looking at steak videos when I should be looking at wood videos. Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
Crazy. But go ahead.
I was just gonna say I do encourage any of the listeners out there, engage with us in the chat. Throw your favorite resources in the chat.
Yeah.
And let us know, because I mean, perfect example. Couple of names these guys just threw out, I don't know. And they're obviously excellent educators, and they've got a catalog of videos, but throw some links or throw some names in the chat on YouTube or if you're a Patreon, over on the Discord. And, that way everybody can find new resources.
And this is just because Frank he's really good at it. When he does the Death Star video, that was amazing.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. He turns the Death Star. And he does it on segmental CNC. Then he does it segmentally, and then he turns around, and it's all the video. I mean, it's also a lot of capture. What is it called? What's that called? When you take a lot of shots. Yes.
Stop motion.
He did
Stop
a lot of that.
He inspired me to do a stop motion video one time, and it was a 30-second clip when it was all said and done. And it gave me a whole new appreciation for his videos, because he does so much of that stuff. And it's like,
he'll have it all assemble itself on the CNC and then cut itself out. And then it's amazing. Yeah.
It's tough to do those. I tried to do one and I got very frustrated. I got part of the way done and I was like, okay, not going to happen.
Think about the creators of Gumby. I mean, come on.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
Nightmare Before Christmas.
Mr. Bill.
Yeah.
Oh
no. No, I did one full. I did a stop motion where like my table saw blade changed itself out, and after that I was like, cool, I'm never doing this again. That was hours of my life that I will never get back.
But Frank does a great job of it. He does a lot of great videos, and he has a lot of he doesn't just do woodworking videos. He does a lot of like, my bandsaw's not working, so I'm going to do this, and I'm going to take all this apart, and I'm going to show you exactly how I do it. And he does a great job of it.
Content.
So Vern down there, he's another video editor and stuff, and he's been thinking. I'm going to mention this because we had a conversation. I had a chance to contact him back, but he's thinking about offering those services at some point. And he knows all about. He's like, he takes forever to do stop motion, and it's crazy what you go and watch some of these videos, and until you try to do it, and then you appreciate what it takes, how long those guys sat there to do some of that stuff. And just, we were having, I know we're getting a little off subject here, but we were talking about lighting, and Steve knows a lot about it. And it's like trying to get your videos to that point, trying to get those darker shots to where it's crisper and looks more movie-ish, I guess. I don't know how to explain it.
Cinematic.
Cinematic. There you go. And that is kind of like we've been watching. I've been watching a lot of hand tool bench building, and there's oh man, I'm gonna mess his name up. Anyhow, that's kind of how I would like my video to look like. One of the guys that we watch build words, I don't know, I can't think of his name right now.
He built words.
Nick Padula.
Yeah, yes, that video.
Oh, he did that video. His bench was amazing.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
He has a really great video style, and his lighting is excellent. I
Yes.
will say, not if anyone's interested in learning more about lighting, as far as just there is a book by an author. His name is Phil Hunter. It's called Light, Science, and Magic: An Introduction to Photographic Lighting. It is phenomenal. I mean, it's like all science based and everything, and they walk you through how to do like high key, low key, how to photograph glassware, where you add a reflection and you add a black card. It's just fabulous. If you ever want to learn about lighting, go find that book.
I
Light,
just wanted to
Science,
cut some
and
wood and build things, Steve, and then now look where we're at.
I'm
Well,
telling
you
you.
decided you
You
wanted
know-
to get into content creation.
Yeah, well, you know, you got
I just
Your
wanted to
worst
show a few
enemy,
people
Joey.
what I make in my shop, and now here we
Yeah.
are.
I
got-
never wanted to give into concrete creations. All I wanted to do was build stuff, whatever it was.
Yeah.
All I wanted to do was build stuff.
And you
People
can do
see
that.
it.
and,
and they
show
buy
us forearm and show us forearm. That's it. That's it.
Hey, pew pew, babies, pew pews.
You even got Steve to do it on one of his videos. I mean, you know, it just,
I just wanted to be like you, Matt.
Vern, you are welcome anytime.
Exactly.
Come out and help me film a video.
so
Really show me what I'm doing wrong. How about that?
anyway,
Well, see where you started?
yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
You mean
So-
10, 4 foot long, 6,000 Kelvin lights in my shop is not a good idea for video quality?
I found that out on the last video I put out, that lighting was too bright and it screwed the camera up. And Steve's pointed that out because I was like, oh, well, that makes sense. And it started messing with the coloring of the actual product that I was trying to portray in the video. It just messed it all up. And I'm like, okay, well, now we got to figure out something else or mess with the camera. And like, man, I ain't want to build stuff. What happened to now? I got freaking mirrorless cameras and,
Yeah.
DJI cameras. And next thing you know, we'll have a freaking little plane flying around trying to get overhead shots or something, a drone or something,
I want
Crazy.
to shoot a really cool slow-mo video. Hold on, let me turn off all my lights, get my softbox out, get this other stuff out because the lights in the shop don't work well with slow motion.
Don't forget
It
you
doesn't
know what?
matter.
Screw it. I'm
All
not
the lights-
filming slow-mo.
All the lights reflect off my arms anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I'm going to go back to incandescent. That's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to go back to incandescent.
Afternoon.
What's up, Mr.
do
Hawker? But just a little tidbit, we did get an added prize for our December 21st show. Mr. Tyler from Forge 3D is going to donate a Anchor Pod Forge 3D edition Magnus bundle.
Nice.
Woo!
And
That's going
we can enter this stuff, right?
No, we can't.
Nope.
Eh,
Nope.
Looks like my wife is getting the Patreon account.
Yeah, we need to enter our wives in the Patreon and then
There we
they can,
go.
well, but I haven't talked to Tyler, but I think this is just going to be for the actual people in the live to give away.
Okay.
Now, I will say that I didn't mention, you will have to be present
To
to
win.
win this, except
Mhm.
for our Patreon members. Our Patreon members, they automatically get entered on the top 2 tiers
Mhm.
for the 3D printer giveaway. But yes, thank you, Tyler. We appreciate it.
Yes, thank you.
That's going to be a nice little package there. Woo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Maybe I need to make a fake account and
maybe.
be
I said my
commenting.
wife's going to get on there.
Joe John.
But anyhow, I think we beat this enough. We probably
I think,
need to
yeah.
follow up again on another one. This is a good conversation.
This is
There's-
a great
there's a-
conversation.
Yeah,
Trying to figure
indeed.
out, I mean, because you think about it, all of us are in kind of a different phases phases. That's words I'm
Phases.
making up now.
Phases.
It is now.
Of what
Yeah.
we do, you know, because I mean, we got hand plane guys, we got CNC guys, we got 3D printing guys, we got, you know, just jack of all trade guys. We're all over the place. And
Box cutter.
knowing and just trying to figure out where you go to better yourself
Yep.
in your aspect is
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. You might need 3-phase. Who knows?
exactly
In the bio guys. Yeah.
exactly.
That's right.
Yep.
Well, folks, we appreciate
All right.
y'all hanging out with us. And
Wait,
go ahead.
Wait for me.
Oh,
Wait,
oh,
wait,
oh,
wait,
I'm-
Yeah,
wait,
we
wait for me.
got some people to thank.
Sorry.
Yep.
I'm already
Yep.
trying to get out of here.
Is
It's
this thing
that
on?
chili and cornbread my wife made. It's
It's okay. We're almost there. So I am going to call out our top tier that we have over on Patreon, and I will put a note in here. The people that are running across the bottom of the screen, if you're watching the video, are not our top. Oh, geez.
Oh,
Extreme
yes.
close-up.
You gotta
Strike a
call
pose.
yourself a loser.
Extreme close up.
We promise we're professionals.
We're not worthy.
So the
Uh,
people, so the people that I am listing off are not in the banner that's running across the video screen right now. But I will start off with Don from What's Next Woodworking, Victor from Whim Design, Tyler from Forge 3D, Steve from Steve I Design, and Mike from Lido's Woodshop. We thank you and all our other tiers that are helping us support this. And if you want to go over to join Patreon, which I recommend you do, you can go over to supportcmp.com. Thanks to our friend Steve. So,
And by the way, Mr. JR upped his donation during the podcast so he can have his chance at the
Yes.
3D printer. Thank you,
yes,
JR.
thank you for that, JR. Appreciate it.
Anyhow,
Oh.
folks, go ahead.
about videoing, I just want to, you know, we had a friend, you know, he tried to teach me this video editing stuff, and it took me weeks to figure out how to clap my hands on camera and be able to stop it right there. And when I clap my hands, then my gloves would be on my hands. That took me forever. So this whole video editing thing that they just talked about with Vern and all that kind of stuff, that stuff's crazy. That stuff's just weird. I'm just telling you.
You mean you
That's-
don't like doing the snap transitions?
I have a hard time figuring out how to get the video to go there without my arms being in it the entire time. You want to try to get me to start doing clapping and rubbing my head
those
and
are-
patting my belly and stuff? No, come on.
I was
Oh, you're
able to
gonna-
do the one. I was able to do the one where you drop
with
the
that
project
attitude.
and all the clamps fall off the sides.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was able to do that.
Good for
It was
you.
cool. Yeah. Do I get a gold
Anywho,
star?
no.
Not till the CNC's up and running.
Okay. Wait a day.
Okay.
Wait a day. Anyhow,
Didn't say which
Steve,
day.
Steve, it's always a pleasure having you on. Thank you.
Yes, it was.
Thank you.
coming
Thanks
in.
for having me.
Yes,
Thanks
thank
for
you.
all the help. Thanks to all the moderators out there, JR. We appreciate you, bud. Yeah, same time, same place. Next week, please remember to head on over to CMP. I got to remember that.
Support at
Support.
cmp.com.
Support
Nope,
at C.
Nope.
No, support.
Support CMP.
Just put the banner up.
Support.
Oh my God.
Support cmp.com.
That'll take you straight to our Patreon. Support.
There you go. So if you want to support us,
CMP.com.
there you go.
And also remember to head on over there to the iTunes and the Spotify and all the major listening platforms and download. That helps out. Once we're done here, if y'all would please come back and leave us a comment, give us a thumbs up. We'd appreciate that. Yeah, go follow us on all the platforms. We're everywhere. And leave us 10. I want 10 stars, please. And if you have a topic that you would like us to talk about, you can email us at creativemakerspodcast@gmail.com, or any Scroll Saw questions direct.
Y'all have a great night. We love y'all.
He got you, bud. He got you while you're talking about BJ. All the scroll call question go to him. Thank you.
Later. Bye-bye.